Welcome back to another episode of The Reset. I'm Anthony Bailey.
Welcome back, and I'm Rici Bell. And guess what, y'all? We didn't do this on purpose, but we are kind of matching again today. I don't know how that keeps happening
these days.
But here we are. We are.
Yeah, it's good times. Of course, we are always here with you weekly to cover kind of all things wellness. You know, we want to talk about the mental, the spiritual. We got in the physical. Hopefully, you're getting that summer bod ready. We're into July.
Yeah.
You haven't done it.
Well, I'm sitting on a couple of extra pounds today that I wasn't expecting, but it's okay.
But we're excited to talk about this topic we got today. We got a great guest for you.
Yes.
I think that everybody watching this is going to be able to gain something from it because just reading some of the stuff on social kind of even hit home with me. I'm 16 years out of the marriage, 20 years out of the dating game, but 16 years into the marriage game. Love you, Erica.
Shout out to Erica, the beautiful Erica Bailey. Yeah, we're excited about today's conversation because we have a beautiful woman here who is going to share a bit of her story. Yes. She's a native to Bakersfield and now based in Los Angeles. She is a corporate professional. She is a dedicated single mom. She is an unapologetic high achiever. She is a boss lady, okay? I'm so excited to have with us in the studio today Tamara, Crite.
I love it. Hey, good morning.
Tamara,
welcome to the Reset.
Tamara. I'm sorry.
Blame it on the Maori twins because, you know, they get us all with it.
Exactly. Anyway, welcome. We're so glad to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your story. Who is Tamara?
Well, to start, I'm a native of Bakersfield, so that will always be home, but I do work in the Los Angeles area. And I love what I do. I'm in corporate America, and I deal with all the complexities and challenges that come with working in corporate America. But I'm also a mother, and I'm also a woman. Yes. And sometimes I'm just a girl, too.
I'm just a girl.
Still just a girl. Don't forget that. And, you know, I'm single, and I'm out there, and I'm dating, and really that's what brought me to you guys today. So I'm looking forward to sharing my story. And getting to get some advice from you guys as well.
So this was exciting. I got to tell you, we live on social media as most folks in our age group. And just seeing some of the memes that were posted, some of the videos were posted. For the aunties and uncles out there, the memes, just the video memes may mean a skit or an act or a post was something that really just grips you. And your content, I mean, really hit home. Like I said, I haven't dated in a while, but just to read it, and Rici knows because I'll jab her every once in a while about things that are posted. It's a different landscape out there for you. What is that whole world been like?
It is. I would say it's not my mother's landscape. You know, it's not what mom experienced. It's definitely not what grandmom experienced. And so we are reaching a digital age. That's really transformed the dating field out there. And so if you weren't born into this, you are getting acclimated. And learning the loops and the ins and outs and the safety and the wellness behind that is really very complex and challenging. And so let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So
there may be some listening and watching who have been on the dating scene for years, and then there are others who are brand new or re-entering.
That's right.
Starting over, reset. Okay, and so stop it, Anthony. Stop it. So tell us, Tamara, what are 3 words that you would describe? That you would use to describe dating in 2025. 3 words that you would use to describe.
I gave away one.
I'm gonna bring you forward just a little.
I gave away one, but what I'd say is it's very superficial right now.
Superficial.
I think that is a key word that I'm seeing from both sides, meaning both genders, male and female, are feeling like this is, you know, a very superficial experience. It's complex. And it's digital. And, you know, and the digital aspect is very, very new. I mean, the black book doesn't exist. Tell an 18-year-old what a black, you know, I've got my black book.
Like, what?
What is that?
Have no idea what you're referring to. So what is a black book? So black books are gone, you know? And so, that's my description.
Superficial, complex, and digital.
That's deep.
Would you expect those 3 words?
You know what? The superficial part of it, I would say yes, because I work in the TV world, and there's a lot of people that like to be on camera, and now we're transposing that to the community because of social media. The complex thing is kind of interesting to me, as a guy, because we see dating and things so black and white at times. It's interesting.
I love that.
You love that.
I
Tell us
love that
more.
about men.
Okay, tell us more. Those of you who are single and you're looking,
Yes.
you can see us, and you obviously see that she is a beautiful woman inside and out.
Yeah.
She's getting ready to give you the manual.
There you
Okay,
go.
so pay attention and email Anthony.
Open those Google Drive
What
notes
my
up.
mama
Let's go.
didn't tell me, okay, I will tell you, is, men are simple. And it is very black and white. And it's us women that are bring all the complexities and the what ifs and the fairy tales and all those other things.
We just had that
into the
conversation.
story.
Those
And
lists, my
so
God.
if mom didn't teach you this, which mine did not teach me this, that we have to look at it in very black and white from a female perspective too, which we don't.
How do we do that? How do we break it down from super complex and complicated to simple black and white? How do we do that as women who are dating, who are re-entering the dating scene, who've been dating for a while? Like, what does that look like if all you know is complexity and complication and fairy tale?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we have to take a little self-check. I think for women, a lot of times we need to look at what am I throwing in extra on top of this?
Am I putting too much mustard on the hot dog?
Am I putting too much into this too early, the first date, and I'm just super excited, when really that's your opportunity. Think of it as just an opportunity just to be in the moment, getting to know what makes this person tick. And a lot of times we're not right there in the moment. We're not thinking black and white. We are thinking future. We are thinking goals. And those blinds you to the facts of what's black and white and right in front of you.
No, I think you're right on to something really incredible, because for me growing up, that end goal was the present moment, though. It was the make sure you're married for 50 years, even if you're unhappy. Make sure you have the nice house and the cars and the kids, and that was the mantra that was spoken over you. Really, like, as a woman, you are of no good use if you are not a wife. And so we do come into these situations day one already picking out the colors for the wedding.
We are programmed.
And we don't know how to be present. So how do we strip that narrative away and just be present?
Well,
That's a
first
great
you
word,
can
that
blame it on
program.
Disney. Disney did it to you with the fairy tales. You started at 6 years old
You're
watching
right.
this fairy tale,
Yeah.
right?
That prince is
so
going to come and
true.
save the day.
And you're going to be 16 to 25, and it's going to be great. And then you have your 50 years if you're doing it like grandma. My grandma was married at 16.
Oh, my.
So she got her 50 years in, but look at that, you know what I mean? So that doesn't pertain to me. So I really think to strip it away.
Strip it away.
It is,
Start from scratch.
Seriously, yeah.
we have to base it in reality.
Reality,
You know, we have to base it in our reality, not the fairy tale, not our grandparents or our parents, and what this world looks like, what our current
Today.
situation looks like
Today.
today.
Yep.
Today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a good word.
No,
Oh my gosh.
I love that, and I'm a realist, and so when I think back to what you're looking for when you're looking for a spouse,
Right.
and as a guy, you have this checklist in your head. They're kind
What's
of the
the
basics
checklist,
that.
Anthony?
Yeah,
What's the
what
checklist?
is the checklist?
Let us
Let's
into this
dive
checklist.
into it here
What's
for a
the
minute.
checklist?
Okay, so here's what I would say are the 3 or 4 things that if you can capture this, you have captured a guy's attention.
Oh gosh.
If you
Oh,
can
let me-
capture him,
Wait, taking notes.
Please.
real talk, if you can capture him visually
Okay.
with the overall like look and style,
Yep.
I think 2, and this is going to be another visual category.
Right.
It's going to be how you engage with him, your personality wise, when you're talking. And this is more so on the vibe of, does she come across soft and sweet? Does she come across accepting? Does she come across interested? Does she come across rough, tumbly, a little tomboyish?
Yeah.
Does she come across disinterested? The other part of the category is, does she come across out of reach?
Yeah.
Those types of things are kind of those things that are kind of turn offs.
Wow.
So that's what
Yeah.
you get on the initial read of a woman. Then as you date, I would say 3 and 4 come into place. Is this somebody that you could raise a family with, if that's your desire?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the 4th thing is, what does life look like with that person on the career side. If you can match those four,
Right.
Interesting.
I think that you could be good.
Right. Interesting.
But one and two are so important.
So visual and then
Yeah.
like personality vibe.
Yes.
And that has a change.
Can we raise a family?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
do we vibe?
And that one
career-wise?
for guys, I know that it seems shallow and I know that it may seem insignificant.
It's not shallow.
But if you can't tackle a guy with your eyes,
No.
it's done.
It's
It doesn't
not-
matter
it's
how
not-
great
It's not
you
shallow.
are. They're
I
never
don't,
going
I
to
don't
get
think
there.
it's shallow.
Yeah.
I was reading somewhere the other day where someone brought up another category. Who can you suffer well with?
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I like that.
Yes.
I like
Who
that.
can you suffer
I was
well
like,
with?
whoa.
So yes, the visual is important. Personality is important. Who can we raise a family with? That's
Right.
great. Career wise, are we on
Right.
the same wavelength? But who can I suffer well with? If my parents are in the hospital or if
Yeah.
Right.
something tragic happens, who's going to be there with me
Oh,
to suffer
gosh.
well with me?
I don't want
love
to
that.
skip forward, but that
No, please,
that's a
Yeah.
deal
go
breaker
there.
for me.
Yeah.
And that
Tell us
speaks
about
to
it.
emotional intelligence.
Emotional
Huge.
intelligence.
Is
Yes.
huge and a deal breaker because and to get to that point, you have to date. You know, that person for a period of time. That
Yes.
goes into the old school word of courting.
Courting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, courting.
Courting.
I think 5 is a good spot for that because I think by the time you get there,
Yeah.
you would know right off
Right,
the rip.
right.
There's some people that you may have met where you thought, this person probably could do that
I'm
with you,
having
but then when you got to it,
Yeah.
some good stories
Yeah.
buried over here.
Yeah.
By the time you got to it, you're like, oh, it's not what I thought.
It's not like
Yeah.
you meet all of these other
Yeah.
categories, but
Yeah.
I don't trust you enough to suffer well with me.
That's deep.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even know if I trust you enough to celebrate well with me. Do I feel like you're jealous of me? Do I feel like you're intimidated by me? Do I feel like you think we're in secret competition with one
Right.
another when really I'm just living my best life and I
Yeah.
want you to journey with me?
And that's what's new is
Ooh,
that
girl.
nowadays
I like that.
I don't think competition was really an issue between man and woman back then.
Right.
You know,
No.
even 20 years ago. Where
No.
now it's a real life thing.
Yeah.
And it's an adjustment. And how do you respond to someone who's secretly competing with you?
In that video Tamara posted a video a while back that really kind of snagged my
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
And it was talking about men relating and reacting to
yeah.
certain things about a woman. And here's the thing you have to think about. There was a couple of different things that they mentioned. They gave an example of a woman that had it all together, that was rich, and there was a guy's response to that.
Right.
And then there was a guy approaching a woman and didn't have any of that stuff together. And then there was still kind of a negative
Right.
reaction to that part of it as
Right.
well.
Right.
And it kind of made me think like, wow, it's a tough landscape out there. And
Absolutely.
the competition may be at the root of those reactions,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saw it was on Instagram. A woman, she's pumping gas. Beautiful woman, she's pumping gas, minding her business.
I hate pumping
The
gas. by
guy
way.
comes up and approaches her. She's polite. He asked for her phone number. She said, "I don't give out my number, but you can have my Instagram." He proceeded by throwing a bottle of water on her because she didn't give him what she wanted. You know, he wanted the number. He didn't want her contact, her
Yeah.
contact
Instagram.
Don't
information.
DM me, huh?
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's scary for
Yeah.
women
It
these
is.
days.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, and we have to look at that. That's all the emotional intelligence things. And I don't think really it's the women that are dealing with that problem as much as the men
Right.
Yes.
who are
Right.
who are
Yes.
challenged in that department.
And I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our boys are raised in
Female.
in the space of competition.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so when you lose out on that number, when
Right.
you lose out on the look back, when you lose out on the interest, this rejection sets in,
Yeah.
and you just want to attack
Right.
what and who just rejected you. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so it boils down to this competition that
Yes.
that you guys are raised up in.
Yeah.
We're raised up
Yeah.
in the soft, feminine, be a wife, just be a wife. That's your main goal. And then y'all are raised up in the warrior
Yes.
competition. You better get that
Oh,
first
yeah.
place trophy all day, every day. And when you don't get that woman, it's like,
Yeah.
so now we're bruising your ego, bruising your pride.
Social competition is very real. And, high school through college, that's a very real thing.
Talk about
But that's
it.
the death of the gentleman.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
talk about it.
No, it's real
The
talk.
death of the
Some people say
gentleman.
chivalry is dead.
Gentleman.
Oh my
And where
goodness.
has that gone? And are we still teaching that to our boys? You know, are we still teaching them
That's
open the
good.
door?
Yeah.
Are we still teaching them those things? I don't see it. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you see it as much?
It's still around.
It's
But
How
around.
it's not as
prevalent it
prevalent.
is, it's not as pushed as much. And some of that is the decay of the family structure and whatnot.
Right.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
the dads who would be teaching that,
Right.
you know,
Right.
so a lot of them aren't there in some of these households.
Right.
Right.
So you're missing that.
Or on the other end, you have not just the death of the gentleman, but the rise of the incestuous infidelity,
Oh yeah.
where you have a young man who is being raised by a woman who is not dating, who is not interested in anyone because she's trying to find everything in this young boy.
Yeah.
And he then becomes her emotional spouse.
Yeah.
And it gets super complicated. And so when that young boy does grow up and starts dating, that young woman that he's dating is in competition with the mama and don't even know it.
Yes.
Or that. Yeah, that happened.
What was that? Think Like a Man. What was it? No, that was with
gosh.
Terrence J. We just and
Yeah.
Taraji P Henson. We just watched it over the weekend,
Right.
and that was so deep that he had to step in and push mom back and go, "Hey, this is who I'm marrying.
Right.
I love her. That's what's happening." But yeah, that's very
And as
real.
as a boy mom, I take that
Very seriously.
very seriously, you know, in my upbringing of him, and you do as a boy mom have that thing. I don't know what that is, that thing for
Yeah.
your boy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Because I have 2 daughters, so you have 2 daughters.
Yeah, but
and-
me and my mom are super tight.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
very
we
interesting.
will
Okay.
always be super tight. However, I'm raising him to be awesome. Some woman is gonna be so happy 25 years from now. You know,
Okay.
she's gonna be
Yeah.
like, she's gonna be thanking me.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you, Mama
she's
Tamara.
gonna be
Right.
thanking your
Right,
mama.
right.
Yeah.
Because I am raising him as a leader, you know, and I'm raising him, you know, biblically in
Yeah,
a sense
yeah,
to, you know, you're gonna leave this home and you're gonna
That's
have
right.
your own family.
Leave
I'm
and
always
cleave.
be
Yes.
Yeah, leave me
Yeah,
and
right
real
around
talk.
the corner.
Right,
Real
right,
talk.
right.
You know, but you know, men also are looking for, when they have that mother-son relationship, they also are looking for a spouse that is a mom as well.
Okay.
You know, and I only want to be a mom to the people I gave birth to.
Yes.
Maybe my stepchildren if that happens, but I don't want to be a mother to a man the same age as me or older.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I don't want to be a
That's
mom.
powerful.
Oh,
You know.
Tamara,
Yeah.
you are opening up some doors
I mean,
that we are just going to have to walk through.
I love
We're just
this.
going to have to walk through.
I mean, how do you cope with it? How do you deal with
Right.
that immaturity, the emotional immaturity, sometimes the way that the
Right.
acting out like a kid, even in the dating world for you?
Right.
What's that landscape like? I mean, where do you? We ain't gonna get all in your
Right.
business to find out where you socialize at.
Yeah.
But give us an umbrella. What types of places do you find yourself interacting to be able to connect with men that are on your level and kind of in your age range?
Very challenging. Okay, so the answer to that, when you see it, there's only one answer: exit. That red sign, exit.
Uh-oh.
Once you see that emotional intelligence not there,
Right.
don't waste your time. Exit the door. There's someone
Yeah.
else around the corner.
Yeah.
But as far as where to mingle and find people like-minded, those people are going to be at chamber meetings, commerce meetings. They're going to be at your career events. They're going to be at wellness stuff. They're going to be at
Conferences,
different conferences and conventions.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's the market, and it might take you out of your hometown. You know, it might be a stretch of you kind of like, gosh, I really don't feel like doing this or going
But
here.
let me put myself out there. Yeah.
You can always go right around the corner to the local bar and find what you've been finding every day, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you want to do?
Hey, they say if you want to get something different, you got to
You gotta do something
You got to
Yeah.
do different things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting.
What's that landscape been like? Like I said, my wife and I got married 2019, so we're 16 years in this coming October.
Congratulations.
So we haven't been
Yeah.
to those spots where you're engaging, but what does it look like? What's that interaction like these days?
Gosh, you know, those are actually good. It's a bit of a meat market still.
Oh, gosh.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put lipstick on a pig because it is. You know, we all know why we're there.
Right.
You know, of
Right.
course, we might have the same careers, but we are looking, and we're looking for like-minded people. So it is still a meat market, but it's a meat market with your type. You know,
Interesting.
people that have the same interest and the same
Birds
like,
of a feather.
Yeah, you're
Flock together.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. So
Right.
then that may be worth your time.
Interesting.
You know.
So okay, so I hear what you're saying. I love what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. What about those women who are out there and they fit the picture perfect model of a wife? They are everything that you've ever dreamed of.
Right.
And they want that bad boy though. What's the lure to the bad boy?
Gosh.
Tell us about that. Like maybe I don't want to meet you at a convention or a conference or a chamber meeting. Maybe I want to meet you at the local.
Oh yeah, the bad boy. You know, he will always have his allure, right? Just like the bad girl, she's got her allure too.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
even when we look at our celebrities, we've got our. I don't know if I can say names.
No, it's
but
all
we,
good.
We
Yeah,
can say,
it's all good.
Don't email him.
You got your Kim K's. That's
Right.
sexy, attractive. You know,
Right.
that's the temptation. But you
Yeah.
know, the outcome
Yeah.
might not be what you want. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
you could just
Right.
look at the last half dozen
so
behind.
you know,
Right.
it's depending on your age. You know what you're doing. Date wisely. You know,
Date wisely. That's good.
Date wisely.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I love, and I don't want to keep harping on this, but I love what you said about just the death of the gentleman. I want to go back to that just briefly.
Sure.
I want to hear from you, Anthony,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
hear your thoughts. What distinctives are there when we talk about a gentleman? What are those markers?
So I'm gonna just take a quick little turn into my fraternity. I'm the president of Kappa Alpha Psi for the Central Valley, and I think we talk a lot about achievement.
Okay.
So I think that has a great deal to do with it at the age range we are now.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
professionals.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
You know, we're professional men and fathers and husbands, and obviously a fair amount of them are single and dating. And I think that as far as, you know, kind of the check marks on what types of things you should be doing, I think the courtesy, chivalry is definitely not dead when it comes to us, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Those types of things are
It's there.
important. I think the safety and security of the woman that you're around or that you're with
100%.
is huge, and not
100%.
only just on the physical perspective of it, but on the emotional side, that she feels comfortable, you
Right.
know, in your home and
Right.
in your conversations, in those difficult talks.
Right,
So I
right.
think that as a man today, you have to kind of cover all of those bases
Wow.
to make sure that she is covered.
I love
Not a
that.
chauvinistic view, but
No,
you know,
I love
chivalry,
that.
not chauvinism.
I
you
love,
know, like-
Yeah.
love that. Achievement, courtesy,
Yeah.
chivalry, safety,
And the protection is
security,
huge.
protection.
Right.
Yeah, it's big.
I love that.
It's
I love
really,
that.
really big.
How does that align with your idea of what a gentleman is?
All of those things. You know, I think a gentleman has the ability to calm a woman. He can make a woman feminine and soft.
Yeah.
You know, and it's such a woman knows when
Right.
we're around one.
Absolutely. Without even saying a word.
No.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's
The ones that I've met, when I literally am like, whoa, what did he just say? So, you know, I do think they exist. But being on the West Coast, I see it being more of an East Coast thing, where we have some more of those, the mannerisms, the respect. I don't see it as much on the West Coast as I do
on the East Coast or the South.
or the South.
Yeah, the South. Yeah,
And
yeah,
so, especially California based, I just don't see a lot of
Yeah.
that, what you're talking about.
Unless they're a transplant from Georgia or
Exactly.
from South Carolina or from
Exactly.
That's honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you that. And having played football out of Michigan and getting a chance to experience Detroit and working in Ohio, I can understand a bit of what you're saying. I think some of that does originate down south and
Yeah.
moved up with the Great Migration as far as our culture is concerned.
Yes.
And then some of it came out with the Great Migration to California. But yeah, I think our West Coast vibe, as I'll call it,
It's
Yeah.
a
I
vibe.
think has really had an impact.
Permeated
Yeah, it's really
everything.
had an impact on it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you the other thing I think about is I think that social media, we touched on it last week or the week before, social media's impact on people, not just women
Right.
in general,
Right.
certainly women,
Right.
and the way they feel about the physical look and everything
Right.
has had a big impact.
Absolutely.
So I think some of that is seeped into that, and then some of that on the guys. I remember talking to some guys a couple months back, maybe this was last year, about the barbershop talk. Guys are talking about dating and what it's like to get out, and it's just crazy because the internet has just flooded you with so much.
Too much.
Yeah, it's
Too
like
much.
sensory overload. You know how I say that
too
number
much.
one was like the visual.
Right.
Well, now it's not like you're waiting to go to the football game on Friday night to see
No.
the girl at the stadium,
No.
or you're going to a church or a library to hang out.
Just
Now, yeah, it's just there.
Just click and scroll
Yeah.
and double tap. Click,
Yep.
scroll, double
Right.
tap.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, when we look at people being out and about, that's declining. The nightclubs are closing down because
Yeah.
men used to have to go out and get
To find
dressed up
someone.
to go find someone.
And now it's just on the other side
They
of
are
it.
closing.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
opportunity closes with that, unless you're playing on the platforms, and heaven forbid you take a break from the platforms, like I did. I definitely took a break from it. And when you take that break, that interest level declines too. If you're not posting regularly.
Wow.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Interesting.
There's
All
so
right.
much more.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I do want to take a pause here for a minute because this has been definitely a great discussion for us so far.
Yeah, yeah.
And we certainly want to get a chance to
Yeah.
Bring it back next week. Let's
Yes.
continue
Please,
this conversation
please.
because I think
There's
the
so
social
much
media
more.
aspect of it is like a whole nother world.
And not just
Yeah.
the social media aspect, but also we talked about the death of the gentleman, but what about the death of the gentlewoman?
Yeah.
What does that
yeah.
look like from your perspective and
Let's
from
go
your
there.
perspective?
There you have it, the reset, of course. You
Yes.
definitely want to stick around.
Yes.
Next week, Tamara's going to be back with us.
Yes, yes, yes. And at the end of the
Absolutely.
day,
We want to
just wanna
know,
are you okay?
okay?